Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Billet and I am the owner of abSketches. We are a visual marketing company based here in New York. We work with developers, architects, and product brands all over the world. In February, we celebrated our 10th year in business, as well as purchased, renovated, and moved into our new building on 239 West Philadelphia Street. Stop by and say hi. So what is abSketches? First and foremost, we are a team of incredibly talented artists. We create marketing collateral to engage investors, help facilitate grants, raise money for capital campaigns, promote new developments, and pre-sell real estate. We also act as digital photographers for product brands. Our art is done with a digital palette. We use the same software as film studios Pixar and DreamWorks and gaming brands such as PlayStation and Xbox. Our artists need to intimately understand lighting, shadows, material properties, reflections, and refraction to mimic real-life environments and products. There is no such thing as a good render button. So how did I get here? Great mentors such as Bill Donnell, Barry Harding, John Schuler, and Paul Lippert. I had poor mentors as well that were equally instrumental. A lot of luck, such as the economy crashing in the early 2000s and winning 2 Cityscape Development Awards in Saudi Arabia. And of course, a lot of bullheadedness and never listening to naysayers. From early on, I loved art. I would draw and paint all the time. I would spend hours practicing my penmanship, filling notebooks with ABCs and signatures, building Legos. I'm pretty sure between my son Port and I, we have built every Lego set ever made. Video games, specifically SimCity, The Sims, Roller Coaster Tycoon, and A-Train. In elementary school, I was gifted in class and excelled in school. I was tested multiple times with a genius IQ, and I didn't get into any trouble. I was overall a well-behaved good kid. If this sounds like a bad omen, you're right. In 5th grade, I moved from East York Elementary to Indian Rock Elementary. I started to enjoy being a class clown and found stimulation in challenging everything my teacher said. Long story short, I was dropped out of the gifted classes and spent most of my time getting to know the office personnel really, really well. In middle school, my troubles continued, of course, now that I had a reputation to uphold. But my love of sports as a competitive outlet was born. No one ever made school a competition, so this was my first taste. I excelled at track and football and learned how to be a team leader, communicate, and rely on my teammates to do their jobs well. While in middle school, I started working construction over the summer. I did this for 3 years as a laborer. I mainly carried cinder blocks, pitched foundations, and stacked lumber, learning the value of very hard work. Being a grunt worker, I was often treated poorly and taken advantage of. These are examples of bad mentors who taught me what not to do in business. In high school, I again spent most of my days in the office or detention. I graduated with a 1.8 GPA and an SAT score of 850. I did, however, start my first business, buying clothing from Gabriel Brothers and selling to countries on eBay that did not have access to those brands. My mother ran a UPS store, so I shipped at cost and made money there as well. In college, thankfully, the university I chose used a blue chip designation for track and football to accept me. Dr. Lippert, one of my mentors, made the light bulb come on that had been out since 5th grade. I realized only I was responsible for my actions, maturity, and accountability. And in 2004, I graduated with honors as an academic athletic All-American. In 2000, SketchUp was born, the gateway software. While everyone was partying, I was modeling and designing. SketchUp started a 20-year path to finding the best software to create the most photoreal images I possibly could. We rarely use SketchUp now, but it was the spark that led me down a learning path to where abSketches is now. After college, I moved to San Diego to work for a cutting-edge architectural firm. I learned to program Autodesk software and to run a very lean company before lean was even a thing. What I learned there was invaluable to how abSketches would run. This is where I met my mentor, John Schuler. John was a master of macro management, a skill I utilize to this day. I had a great opportunity to manage a design-build firm, architectural department, and project manage jobs in the field. So I moved home from California. This was an invaluable experience in managing all sorts of different people and situations, and is another example of poor leadership that I learned a lot from. In 2005, the economy crashed. The architectural industry was leaned out to owners and a few inexpensive laborers to keep what little work they had going. I was let go. I had recently bought a home, got married, and had little opportunity to find work in my field. I realized quickly I had to take matters into my own hands. Needing to supplement my income, I decided to market my unique architectural skill set. During the day, I worked a low-paying job, and then I would come home and spend 4 to 8 hours a night marketing my renderings to the booming economy in the Middle East. Go to bed, wake up, and repeat. In 2009, abSketches was officially born. John Schuler also started his own company, and we connected with a client who worked for the largest developer in Saudi Arabia, Keystone International. I left my job to start my own company and apply all that I had learned throughout my life, believe in myself and the opportunity that was right in front of me. Within the first year working with Keystone, we submitted to the Saudi Arabian Cityscape Development Awards and won 2 categories. This was a huge step as it brought a lot of attention to our work. Developers and architects worldwide started to engage us to pre-sell their real estate, attract investors, and raise money for capital campaigns. Today, abSketches has a team of 7 incredibly talented artists and managers. We have international relationships with firms such as Gensler, HKS, Hines, Keystone International, Perkins Eastman, Rockwell, just to name a few. We have also worked with almost every architectural and development company in central Pennsylvania. Our work is paramount in these firms winning competitions, proposals, and marketing their work. To summarize, I think we are born into our professions. We need to follow the paths we embark on and not get sidetracked. All along, I was meant to be who I am now. From Legos to The Sims, SketchUp, sports, construction, and art, my life was always preparing me, and I'm happy I listened.